Now at 5, a proposed sales tax could mean a new city pool for Lamar. Plus, Fort Scott Community College plans a 7-part series on homesteading.
An advisory panel weighs new changes to vaccine recommendations amid tension at the CDC. I'm Erica Brown with more on the shots under consideration during this key meeting.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The future of Lamar's Aquatic Center rests with voters this November. This is KOAM News at 5. I'm Tanya Bach. Residents will choose whether a new sales tax should fund the city's swimming facility. November's ballot question asks Lamar voters to pass a 30-year 1/2-cent sales tax. If approved, all funds generated would only be used for the construction of a new city pool and its operational costs. The pool has been closed since 2022 due to issues such as leaks. The city administrator says the cost of removing the pool and building a new facility has a price tag of about $4.4 million.
The piping infrastructure underneath the pool and inside the concrete is busted up and needs replaced, at which point you have to pull out all the concrete, thereby compromising the structures, and it's really just not feasible just to do a repair on a portion of that. One pool, which is the leisure pool, wouldn't survive that type of repair.
City staff say next month they are planning to hold informational meetings ahead of the election where community members can learn more about the issues they'll be voting on. The Kansas State University Research and Extension Program Southwind District is hosting a 7-part series on homesteading beginning next month. The first 6 parts will take place at Fort Scott Community College and will cover a range of topics related to small-scale farming and livestock.
I think this series will be good for beginners or experienced. A lot of the stuff that I'm personally covering, and I know others, they're going to be a little more beginning oriented to where anybody can understand them. But if there is an experienced homesteader or even just a livestock producer or gardener, they'll still get something out of it.
The sessions are free and open to anyone, regardless of experience and background. The first session will be held October 1st at 6 p.m. and is titled Plot Perfect, Garden Planning for Abundant Harvest. Well, Chief Meteorologist Doug Hetty joins us now with a first look at your forecast.
Yeah, we've been tracking more thunderstorms across the region, even some strong storms that really kind of blew up right along that Kansas-Missouri state line. Most of these are in southwest Missouri, northwestern parts of Arkansas, so it's our eastern half that is really getting the rain today. There were some light showers, Kansas and also Oklahoma, but all the action, big time guys, are ongoing in our eastern county. So let's go ahead, zoom in. Let's see exactly where these are going. Let me back up here one. There we go. So we got one severe thunderstorm warning, eastern Jasper County, moving into Lawrence County. All these storms are kind of lifting northeast at about 30 to 35 miles per hour. Main threat with any of these is going to be heavy rain, maybe some wind gusts, 50-ish, but quarter-size hail. So that's why we've had a couple severe thunderstorm warnings. These aren't going to last too much longer. They'll kick out of here pretty quick, but more rain to come. We'll look at it here in a bit.
All right, thanks, Doug. The fired former head of the CDC told a Senate committee her side of the story on Wednesday about why she was let go less than a month on the job. She expressed concern about today's scheduled meeting of a key vaccine advisory panel. Erica Brown has the latest from Capitol Hill.
Former CDC Director Susan Menares told the lawmakers she's nervous about this week's advisory panel meeting that could change vaccine recommendations, and she expressed concern about politics influencing decisions at the agency.
It does put at risk our children. It puts at risk others who need these vaccines, and it takes us into a very dangerous place in public health.
The vaccine panel was overhauled by Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Menares says she was fired from the CDC because she refused to approve vaccine guidance without scientific evidence and would not dismiss career scientists without cause.
I will stand behind scientific integrity with every decision I ever make.
At a contentious Senate hearing earlier this month, Kennedy denied Menares' account.
I told her that she had to resign because I asked her, are you a trustworthy person? And she said no.
Some Republican lawmakers who are also physicians echoed Kennedy's skepticism about the CDC.
I think the CDC is the cause of vaccine hesitancy, that you are the problem.
Does the COVID vaccine reduce the rate of death for children under 18?
It can.
Once again, it can. That's a ridiculous answer. No, it doesn't.
Republican Senator Bill Cassidy, who's also a doctor, noted Menorah's firing came less than a month after she was confirmed by the Senate, with Secretary Kennedy praising her, quote, unimpeachable scientific credentials.
Did we fail? Was there something we should have done differently?
In a statement, an HHS spokesperson said Menorah's remarks to the Senate committee have factual inaccuracies and leave out important details. Erica Brown, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
During the hearing, former Chief Medical Officer Deborah Howry testified that she learned about new CDC guidance on COVID vaccines from a video the Health and Human Services Secretary posted on social media. She said she had reached out to Kennedy for the data to try and implement that guidance, but it was never provided. Well, still ahead, see how PCOS, or polycystic ovary syndrome, affects 1 in 10 women and could cause fertility issues if left untreated.
It's a hormonal condition that can be masked for years before it creates fertility challenges for women. I'm Bradley Blackburn with One Woman's Journey and her mission to raise awareness.
And later in Health Watch, Freeman Healthcare rolls out the red carpet for dialysis patients. Topping today's Health Watch, a hormonal condition called PCOS affects about 1 in 10 women, but it often goes undetected and undiagnosed. It can lead to fertility problems and increase the risk of diabetes and heart disease. Bradley Blackburn has more on the effort to raise awareness and One Woman's Journey.
You have these mixed together.
Anastasia Ryder never imagined that at age 31 she would be turning to IVF fertility treatment.
I was up to 3 injections with these smaller needles.
Frequent injections, doctor's visits, and a roller coaster of emotions because of a condition she had no idea she had.
I'm young, I'm healthy, I'm fit. Why me? Why is this happening to me?
PCOS, or polycystic ovary syndrome, is a leading cause of infertility because it interferes with hormones in the menstrual cycle.
Hey.
For Ryder, it was masked by birth control, something she discovered only after she married her husband and started thinking of having a baby.
Since my diagnosis with PCOS and coming off birth control, my body has not felt normal. To this day, I have not gotten a natural menstrual period.
PCOS symptoms can include entirely absent or unpredictable periods, hair growth on the face or body, and weight gain.
PCOS is quite tricky to diagnose. It's usually a diagnosis of exclusion.
Dr. Tendai Chuware is a reproductive endocrinologist at Genesis Fertility. She says there is no cure, but PCOS symptoms can be treated, and monitoring is critical.
The symptoms do improve after menopause, but there are other effects after menopause and later on in life. There is a higher risk of endometrial cancer, unfortunately.
For now, Ryder is hopeful for her future as a mom, that IVF will help overcome the challenges of PCOS.
It's life-altering, and I don't think there's enough awareness about it.
And she hopes other women will learn about a hidden risk. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
September marks PCOS Awareness Month, and while the cause is unknown, it is thought to run in families. Women with type 2 diabetes are also at higher risk. Freeman Health System rolls out the red carpet for dialysis patients while connecting them with vital community health resources. Patients receive the STAR treatment during the hospital's annual Dialysis Patient Engagement Days. This year's theme, Roll Out the Red Carpet, Oscars Night, was chosen by a patient committee, and the hospital staff made sure everyone felt honored and appreciated. The event celebrates patients while also connecting them with important community resources, from mental health services and transplant centers to nursing care and medication support.
It is an event where we bring together community resources that are available for our patients and to celebrate them, educate them, and it is literally just for patients. We feed them, and we have a theme every year, and our theme this year is, roll out the red carpet, Oscars night.
Families were welcome to join as well, part of the effort to build stronger bonds between patients and the community. Well, a major new report highlights the health toll COVID takes on the body. A European study looking at long COVID patients finds even if COVID is not fatal, it can damage the lungs, heart, and blood vessels. That's why vaccination is still so important, as vaccinated people are far less likely to develop long COVID. Researchers estimate 100 million people worldwide are living with long COVID, and 5 million have heart problems as a result. That's a look at today's health news. A little later, no tricks, just expensive treats. Government tariffs are giving Halloween shoppers a real fright at the checkout.
Plus, it looks like still a few more scattered thunderstorms this evening. We're going to look at that coming up.
Topping today's Consumer Watch, a frightening tale is unfolding in stores across the country. Halloween costs are rising from the grave. Omar Villafranca takes us to a costume shop in Texas where tariffs are hunting their bottom line.
Spooky season has hit retail stores. And the most frightening thing on the shelf for Halloween shoppers might be the price tag.
Flapper or Gatsby parties.
Derek Kennedy owns Magic Etc. Fort Worth Costume in North Texas. From masks and makeup to costumes, the Halloween season accounts for at least 25% of his yearly sales. This year, Kennedy says the tariffs have had a terrifying effect, like slower shipping times and higher wholesale prices.
Most of the costumes are made overseas, and through the different manufacturers, the tariffs have ranged anywhere from 5% to 19%. There's been not a steady one.
The National Retail Federation expects Halloween spending to hit a record $13.1 billion this year, breaking the previous record of $12.2 billion.
We've seen actually a big focus on discount stores this year. People are aware of what's going on with tariffs, and they're going to invest in what's important to them, but they're also going to be very smart with their money.
There's disco ones, there's leprechaun ones, there's Easter ones.
Kennedy is trying a new trick, treating his loyal shoppers to low prices by absorbing most of the cost of tariffs.
Even though there was a surcharge at the bottom of an invoice of $300, $500, $700 sometimes, I kind of ignored it this year and just tried to price like normal because, you know, people only have so much money to spend.
Are you eating it?
Yeah.
But for some items like fog machines, the price jump is just too big for Kennedy to take on.
I hate to say it, but this machine last year at the same time was $58.
This one right here?
Yes, and now it's $74.
Early shopper Nicole Ruiz says tariffs won't put a damper on her Halloween.
You can be scary, you can be like beautiful, you can be funny, and it's just, I think it's just a great time for everybody to celebrate.
The National Confectioners Association says Americans spent more than $7 billion on Halloween candy last year, and that trend looks to continue, but the prices will be a little bit higher. If you're the house on the block that hands out the full candy bars, a 48-count box was around $40 last year, but now it's well over $50, so plan accordingly. Omar Villafranca, CBS News, Fort Worth, Texas.
The latest consumer price index shows candy is up more than 8%, and experts say that bump could creep up to 10% as we get closer to Halloween. Well, Chrysler is recalling more than 160,000 Jeep Wagoners and Grand Wagoners because of the trim on some doors may detach while in use, increasing the risk of a crash. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says the problem is due to an assembly issue and impacts models from 2022 through 2025. A company spokesperson tells CBS News Chrysler is not aware of any related accidents or injuries so far. Owners will be notified to take their vehicles to the dealership for a free repair. And Meta has unveiled its new AI-powered smart glasses. The display glasses feature double battery life and sharper display and camera compared to previous models and speakers that amplify sound. The glasses also include a tiny display that can be controlled via a wristband, and they feature live captioning and translation for better communication. The new Ray-Ban Meta display glasses will go on sale later this month, starting at $799. A final check of the forecast is next. Up next on the CBS Evening News, one man's fight to save a swamp. Tonight's Eye on America takes us to the battle for Okefenokee Refuge in Georgia. And then on KOAM News at 6, the community reacts to a proposed half-cent sales tax in Lamar to build a new city pool. Plus, we go to Miami schools to learn more about a $12 million bond issue. And in sports, Pitt State Gorillas are home this weekend, hosting Fort Hays State, and Missouri Southern takes on Northwest Missouri State. We'll have a preview. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and KOAM News at 6. Final look at the weather.
Yeah, we got thunderstorms out there on the Missouri side. They kind of developed in Kansas, Oklahoma, split right around Pittsburgh and Joplin, and then been ongoing, especially in our eastern counties. Some of these are strong to low grade severe, some gusty winds and a little bit of hail out there, but these are going to push out, but we have plenty of rain in the forecast.
All right, sounds good. Well, thank you for joining us. The CBS Evening News is next, and we'll be back here for KOAM News at 6, and we'll see you then. Have a great evening and an even better tomorrow.
Steal your keys. I got a phone call, so that's why I want to. I'm gonna go steal your keys.